Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be very different to the other videos that I have been doing from my reviews, my reactions. This time I'm going to address the Snyder hardcore fans in this video, and I just want to talk about this stuff because it's obviously been trending and just absolutely blowing up Twitter and everything. So I'm gonna dive into some of the stuff, some of the arguments they've been having, some of the stuff that they've been doing that just makes no sense, just everything that's going on. So this is going to be just a video about talking about that. So we're going to jump straight into it right now. Okay, so the Snyder fans have been going about on Twitter talking trash, talking crap about other DC properties and trying to get the Snyderverse reinstalled again, bringing Zack back to come back to do all this stuff. So we're going to talk about that, and I just want to give some context right now. Look, before any of them come up to me and say, oh, you fucking hate Zack Snyder, you hate this, you hate that, I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm a fan of Zack Snyder. I'm a guy that defends Man of Steel with his life. I'm a guy that had Man of Steel as his favorite comic book movie of all time. I'm a guy that absolutely adores that film. I'm a guy that likes Zack Snyder's Justice League a lot. I'm a guy that likes Zack Snyder's movies from Army of the Dead, from 300, from The Watchmen. I like Zack Snyder films. So before you come in and say I'm a hater of Zack Snyder, I'm not a hater of Zack Snyder. I actually really like his films, and I really like his comic book movies, except for Batman vs Superman. That's the only one I don't like. So before you guys come at me and say that I absolutely hate him and that, just know that this isn't coming from a guy that absolutely hates him. This is coming from a guy that actually really likes his work. So with that all done and dusted, let's get straight into the meaty stuff of this video. Firstly, I want to talk about them boycotting the Batman. They think by boycotting the Batman that this is somehow going to make Warner Brothers or Discovery go, damn, we should drop the Batman and we should just bring back Zack Snyder to finish the Snyderverse. That's not how it works. By you boycotting another DC content, it doesn't help your cause at all. It just makes you guys look weak and very immature. You guys talk about how you want Zack to get his vision across because he deserves to not be interfered, because I agree what they did with him with Justice League was absolutely atrocious. They should never have done that, and he should always have his vision come to life. And obviously his vision came to life and it was better than the shit we got in 2017. That's a given. 100% agree with that. Now, if you guys are all for that director like Zack Snyder should have his vision shared and like no one should badmouth it or boycott it or anything like that because he's really, really good, why are you guys doing the exact same thing and doing the opposite of what you just said? You want to have creative freedom for your director, but you want to smash and boycott someone else's creative content that they're making with the Batman. It makes no sense. You are literally contradicting yourself. It's like one argument for another. It's like going down and saying, oh, we're not going to eat any candy or anything like that, but then you go and eat candy in front of your kids. Like, why? Like, what sort of example are you trying to set? By boycotting the Batman doesn't make Warner Brothers go, oh, man, the Snyder fans boycotted the Batman. Shit, what do we should reinstall the Snyderverse. No, because the problem with the DC before everything that's happened now is they were reactionary. They were just doing things on the fly. They were just doing this, or reacting to this and this and this. And that's why the DCEU didn't take off like the MCU did. The MCU had a plan. They stuck by the plan. Warner Brothers didn't. They were reactionary. So you guys want them to be reactionary again. Drop the Batman. Drop these movies that they are doing in standalone universes to come back and bring Snyder back and to just focus on that. Which brings me to my next point. The Snyderverse never took off. It never took off. I don't care what anyone says. They were not received well. Man of Steel, I'm a guy that loves Man of Steel. Absolutely love it. I think it's most underrated comic book movie of all time. I think it's top tier comic book film. It's in the top 2 best all time. That's my opinion. They didn't take off. That wasn't received very well. It was 50-50 split. People hated it. People loved it. Batman vs Superman was not well received at all. People do not like that movie. A lot of people do not like that movie. Which is understandable, and there's people that do like it, but they're in the minority. So you already have two movies that started the universe that did not get received very well. Now, you have Batman vs Superman in your movie, and it only made $800 something million. Come on, you have Batman and Superman, the two biggest superheroes of all time. You're thinking, oh my god, this movie's gonna make $1 billion in its sleep. This is pre-pandemic era too, so there is no excuses to this. This is when cinema was at its highest. This was when the MCU was making billions and billions and billions. So you had the audience there. You have Superman and Batman. This is $1 billion movie in its sleep. But because of the quality, it never made that money. This cost $250 million to $300 million to make. So if you guys know the actual system and how they work out budget and everything like that, this movie kind of failed. It failed. So when you have that, you're kind of sitting there already like, oh shit. So we've had two movies now that have not been successful to the point where we think it should be. People are not rating it very highly. Batman vs Superman is not rated highly at all. Man of Steel was 50-50. So that was never going to take off. And then what they did with Justice League, that's atrocious. And I'm glad Zack finally got his vision come to life because it was 10 times better. But then even that was not streamed that highly when it came out. Like, there was other things that were streamed way, way, way more. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. The DCEU, the Snyderverse, just never took off. That's just a fact. The general audience didn't like it. And you gotta remember that us movie fans, we are the minority. The general audience is bigger than us. You go to a movie theater and it is packed with the general audience. They are different. They don't dive into this stuff. They don't look into all the stuff that happens behind the scenes. They just go and watch the movie, and if they like it, they like it. They don't, then they don't. That's just how it is, man. We're in the minority. You just need to learn to accept that. And the majority of the movie-going audience, the general members, just do not care. They don't care. And this movie just did not work for them. So it was never going to pick up off the start. Now, one of the other arguments I have been seeing is them bringing up this whole narrative that the Batman failed because it didn't make $1 billion. This is just complete false and complete utter garbage. It's just them just being salty. Now, there are a few reasons why the Batman didn't make $1 billion and why it was never going to make $1 billion. Firstly, the pandemic. Obviously, the pandemic plays a huge part in this. We've seen movies that we all thought would make $1 billion that didn't make $1 billion because of the pandemic. That's just how it is. There is still countries in the world that are still dealing with this stuff. There's countries like where I live that you have to be double vaxxed to go to the movie theater. So you lose audience members already there. Then you have people that don't feel comfortable or safe going to the movie theater at the moment. So they don't go as well. The pandemic has changed the landscape of movie theaters. It's changed everything. So to just say, oh, it didn't make $1 billion, you gotta remember the pandemic's still here. Like, we're still trying to recover from all that stuff. Then you add in things that are happening now. The cost of living is going through. Fuel is absolutely expensive as crap right now. I know where I live, it is at $2.20 a litre, which is outrageous. We're paying that much for fuel. You've got the cost of living going up every single time. Every month it seems like it's going up and up and up. You got the war going on in Ukraine, so you got other countries that are hands tied behind their back because of stuff with Russia and everything like that. That plays a part as well. You can't afford to go to the movies as much anymore. That's just a fact. I'm not making that up. That is a complete fact. And I know people that would love to go to the movies. My wife would love to come to the movies with me every time I go. But she can't because we can't afford it. That's just how it is. Another reason why the Batman was never going to make $1 million and won't make $1 billion is because they've lost a major part of the audience, because this Batman is not made for kids. This Batman is not made for kids. I took my 5-year-old to go see Spider-Man No Way Home because that's a fun family movie. When I went and saw the Batman, with my wife. We watched it and we were like, yeah, Leo ain't gonna go see that. And you know why? Because it's too dark for a kid like that. So you already lose that audience there. You lose that family audience straight away. For it to already be where it is absolutely outstanding. And I'm sure Warner Brothers absolutely love where they are right now with the Batman. It is successful. It is not a failure. You got the pandemic era and it's still making this type of money. You've lost a family audience as well and it's still making this money. You got the cost of living going up and it's still making this money. It's a success whether you like it. It hasn't even been a month yet and it's a success. Whether it makes $1 billion or not, it's a success. It's highly rated. People are loving the Batman. So you guys I don't understand why you guys want to trash it and just absolutely divide the fan base. Why? As a DC fan, don't you want to see DC get better? Why do we have to have one or the other? Why can't we have both? I'm a guy that loves both of them. I love the DCEU and I love these standalone films. I want both because they're different and unique. I don't want to see just the DCEU. Why would I want that? I want movies like Joker, like the Batman, in their own universe, separate from everything else, because it gives me variety. You're able to do different things with that one, where in the DCEU, everything's got to be connected. Why can't we just love both? Why can't you love both? Why does it have to be a competition? Why do you have to split everything down the middle? I just don't understand that. As a Star Wars fan, we have that. We're split from prequels, from original trilogy, from sequels. It's a big divide there instead of us just coming together, understanding some people are going to like the sequels. That's cool. Me, I'm not one of those people, but I have a friend who did like some of the sequel movies as well. He even likes The Last Jedi, which I despise. But I'm still friends with him. I still accept his opinion. I don't go off at him. I don't say, oh, Matt, your opinion's trash. That's a trashy movie. No, because he likes that movie. That's cool. That's awesome. I'm an original trilogy and a prequel fan. So what? Why can't we just all come together? And it's the same with you guys. Why do you have to just call us real DC fans because we just don't like Batman vs Superman, or someone doesn't like Justice League, or someone doesn't like Man of Steel? So what? Not every movie is going to be for everyone. Just learn to accept other people's opinions and let's come together as a community and as a fan base to celebrate DC, celebrate every movie that comes out, from Suicide Squad, from the Batman, from Man of Steel, from Shazam, all of them. Let's just celebrate and be one. That's all I'm asking for. Now, to conclude this, guys, I get you guys want the Snyderverse to come back. Look, I want to see Justice League Part 2 too. I do. I want to see it as well. But I have accepted the fact that it's not going to happen. I've just accepted it. We're not going to get it. I don't think Zack Snyder's going to come back to do it. You got to remember, Zack Snyder's been taking hit after hit after hit after hit for his DC movies. I don't see any benefit of him coming back. I don't see Ben Affleck coming back as Batman either. Henry Cavill, I hope we get him back as Superman as well, because I love him. He's my favorite Superman. But we just need to learn to accept the fact that it's not going to come back. And if the Snyderverse does come back, it's going to be in a different way. It's not going to be Zack Snyder's vision. It's a shame, because I liked his vision. I enjoyed where he was going with it. Even though I didn't like Batman vs Superman, I still enjoyed where it was going. But for me, I just accepted the fact, look, Zack Snyder's done. I think he's done with DC. I don't think he's going to come back. Maybe 10 years in the future, he might come back and do something. But right now, where DC is going, it works. It's making money. It's doing well. Let's celebrate that. Let's come together and enjoy it. Enjoy what we are getting right now. Because there's going to come a day where we're not going to get this stuff. We're not going to get all these DC movies, all these Marvel movies, all these comic book movies. There's going to be a time where they just don't come anymore. So I don't think boycotting any DC movie is going to be the answer, because by you boycotting it, you're just hurting DC as its own entity. You are taking them down. Like, why? Why do you want to hurt Warner Brothers and Discovery and the DC content? Why do you want to hurt it? Shouldn't you want to lift it up so you can get more? I think by you guys supporting the other stuff, you're more likely to get the Snyder Cut. So I just think you guys just need to learn to accept other people's opinions and just start to understand that you trashing and bringing everything else down because you want to put something else above it is not the way to do it. Why can't you just elevate both of them? Why can't you do that? And my final point is, as for the Oscars, I'm just going to be frank. This is a fact. Look, congratulations, you guys. Cool, you won the most cheered moment and film of the year. But let's be completely honest. 95% of the movie-going audience didn't vote. They don't care. They don't care for the Oscars. I'm telling you that now. The people that went and saw No Way Home, the people that went and saw Endgame, the people that went and saw all these other movies did not vote. They did not vote. Because I'm telling you that now. You guys are the only ones that really voted for it. I mean, the fact that Cinderella came second just shows you it. Just tells you exactly. Because if you just need to go to the movie theater and you need to just be in those moments to see what is the most cheered moment. It's that simple. And good on you guys for going and voting, but you just got to remember the fact is 95% of the movie going audience do not give a shit about the Oscars and did not vote. So those awards take with a grain of salt. That's what I'm going to say. It's a fact. It's a fact. And we just need to learn to accept that. We're the minority. The majority just do not care. So they are my thoughts. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Can we come together as one and just learn to love both things happening right now with the DC, EU, and DC in general? Let's not bring each other down. Let's come together as a community and build each other up rather than tear one down to put another one up. So, and learn to accept other people's opinions. So hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.